Hello, welcome back, Udans, and I'm so happy that you are still there, watching and listening our videos. And Yami Yuda, for the very first time, I will be presenting a theory. So again, our channel is about the Yami Yuda is about sharing the philosophies of the greatest philosophers in human history. At the same time, we are also sharing the lives of the great men, generals, emperors, kings, and those that change history for the better of humanity, for the goodness of humanity. So I'd like to share the lives of these people, their philosophy, their writings, and so on, for us to to be inspired of living to the fullest of our being. And also I would like to share their philosophies, and this is the first time that I would like to share a series of theories for us to understand and grasp a little of what are these theories all about. So guys, shall we proceed? So I will be sharing to you the social capital theory, and welcome to Yami Yuda. If you are first to this channel, I would like to encourage you to be our partner, be a Yudan, and may the force be with you. Like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell for you to get updated, to be the first to hear from us in our presentations. And shall we start? Now, according to Malik and Martin in the International Encyclopedia of the Social and Behavioral Sciences in 2015, they defined social capital theory as contains that social relationship are resources that can lead to the development and accumulation of human capital. Here it is very clear that social capital theory as a social relationship are resources. You see, it is a resource that could produce or could lead to the development of another form of capital, and in this case, the human capital. The human capital are, what we acquire in terms of knowledge, in terms of education, that we became very useful in our workplace, and thus uh, the exercise of this human capital will give us the economic benefit, and then it could be transformed into an economic capital and could provide us for our living. So for example, for a very good social capital, a stable family environment can support educational attainment and support the development of highly valued and rewarded skills and credentials. You see? So there is, one of the very famous theories on human capital is Gary S. Baker, the, the former Nobel laureate Gary S. Baker. And I guess for me, myself, I consider Gary S. Baker as the father of human capital. And I will have to present in the next presentations that about human capital theory of Gary S. Baker. And also the theory of social capital, as for me, is so Bourdieuian. I'm so affected with the writings of Bourdieu, and in our next few presentations, I will be presenting to you Bourdieu and some of his theories and philosophies in social sciences. So again, social capital theory contains that social capital relationship are resources that could lead to the development and accumulation of human capital. So for example, in this case, according to Macaulay and Martin, it is, for example, a stable family environment. Okay? So could lead to support an educational attainment for the members of the family, for the children, and the rest who are involved in this social relationship, in this what we call the stable environment, social relationship. And this could reward a highly valued or rewarded skills and credentials. Families that are intact, families that are not in a divorce, could have a more chance of having support to develop their human capital than that those families that are experiencing divorce, uh, at least in this case. So social capital could be transformed to other forms of human capital. In my presentation, social capital could lead to transformation of human capital. It results for you to acquiring human capital as well as economic capital, cultural capital, and symbolic capital. So your social capital could brings you to a good education, and your good education could bring you some, good pay, a good position in a corporate institution, that could bring you and gives you a good salary and a good pay for to and support your family. This is economic capital, and that could leads you, your economic capital could lead you to a cultural capital. It affects the way you talk, your appearance, your the things that you acquire materially and immaterially. So these are cultural capital, and that probably could bring you to symbolic capital. It could bring you a status, prestige, honor, awards, and this will attract more relationship. And again, it brings you social capital. And there could be a seamless transformation or migration of capital from social to symbolic, social to cultural, then back to social capital, and then social capital to human capital, and then back to human capital. Just try to look at the direction of this presentation. So if you have good education, you can have more chances of having more friends and more stronger social, I mean more productive social capital, more positive one. If you have money, if you have economic capital, you can have more relationship, you can have more people to be with you that could help you to achieve more of other forms of capital. If you have, if you're if your appearance is good, if you have acquired material culture, you have a good, you know you have some properties that could bring you to social capital. People will come to you. If symbolically also, if you have awards, if you have honors, that could lead you to some groups of people and grow your social capital. So again, I try to look at these monetary and non-monetary forms of capital as a part of a more economic way of transforming, no, from one to the other. It's part of human economic interaction, that not only economic forms, monetary forms that could be transformed to other forms of capital, but also those that are non-monetary forms like social capital, cultural capital, and human capital, as well as symbolic capital, at least in the way Pierre Bourdieu look at things. And accordingly, for Bourdieu, the transformation of one forms of capital to the other is brought by the labor time. You spend so much labor, and plus the time that you spend on working out of this capital to be reproductive or productive into other forms. For Bourdieu, that works, and yeah, there will be transformation of these forms of capital to the other forms of capital. And that's it. We can have another presentation later, and thank you for listening. And again, don't forget, for the force to be with you, be ayudan, like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And I hope may the force be with you. Bye bye, and have a good day. See you next time.